This is Brad Makes It Better, homemade tomato soup. Never buy soup in a can after you've had this. First, we're going to roast some Roma tomatoes. Really easy, anybody can do it. Slice them, take the core out, put on a sheet pan, and do as many as you want. More is better. I like the Roma tomatoes better. They're a little sweeter. They're more meaty than the beef steaks. And they're similar to the San Marzanos that we're going to use here in a minute. A little olive oil. And we're going to put it in the toaster oven at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. And now we're going to start with the base, the Sophie, which is nothing but celery, carrots, and onion. Base of most sauces. The French call it Mirepoix. Some people call it the Grand Trinity. And we're just going to give it a rough chop. And we're going to dump it into our pot. Same thing with the carrots. I like the baby carrots, they're just easier to handle. I'm not too concerned with how fine a chop it is because we're going to reduce it down. And I like a lot of carrots in tomato sauce because they add sweetness and body. And next, the onion. And I know, I'm a little anal retentive. This is a bleach rag. We can always clean up all the time. It's just good. Mm-hmm. Okay, Mirepoix. We're putting on the induction burner. We need to be on high. Start 425 degrees and a little olive oil. We're ready for our next ingredient. For a quick flavor enhancement, we use tomato paste. I'm using organic tomatoes. Don't just dump it in. You need to saute the tomato paste to bring the flavors out correctly. And since we're doing a big bowl, we're going to use about half a can. And what do? You smooch it around. Smooch. Let it mix in with all those veggies. And look at how that tomato paste changes. It darkens in color as you saute it in the pan. If you just put that straight into a liquid, the flavor never changes and you get that harsh bite. And then there's nothing you can do except add sugar later to change the pH. See that pot in the bottom of that pan? Yep. That's flavor. Of course, we all know, don't burn it, brown it. All right, I think we're ready to add our tomatoes. And what are we going to use? San Marzano DOP, which means they really are, and they really came from Italy, and that's point of origin. And they have all the little seals on the side. I like my tomato sauce a little rustic. It needs to have some texture in it. So we're going to start smoothing it in with our immersion blender. That's why I wasn't too concerned on how chopped those veggies were. Now look at that. You know that hat is real tomato soup, has real tomatoes in it. And now we're actually going to thin it a little bit with some chicken broth. Now I have not added any salt or pepper yet, because the chicken broth has a lot of salt in it. But we do want to add just a little bit of heat, a little back flavor. I'm going to use some Chipotle pepper.
Get that cake in there.
Just a little. I don't do spices really well. Or I say I'm not the hot guy. Right?
Not the hot guy.
I'm not the hot guy. I think you need to taste.
You just need that little kick to get it going.
Need that little back heat just to warm it up. And we're going to add some thyme. And I think our fire roasted tomatoes are done. Look at them.
Oh yeah, those look beautiful.
Straight in. Once again.
Picking it up.
And of course, all the tools I'm using today, the induction top, the Hop Vision immersion blender, mice and knife, links will be in the description below. And now we wait. Fresh homemade tomato soup. This is Brad, the kitchen guy at Brad's Home Center with homemade tomato soup. Look at that. Sour cream, chives, bacon, maple, onion jam. Campbell's, you're in trouble now. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.